So, I am here to talk about the Michigan Invasive Species Coalition Forum, otherwise known as the MISC Forum. And this is just going to be like a high level overview of the forum. And I'm really just going to focus on the most commonly used features. So, I'm not going to dig too deep into the nitty gritty bits of the forum. So in case you haven't visited the forum before, this is just the main homepage. It's pretty basic. Sign up or sign in the upper right corner, and you don't have to have an account to view a lot of the forums. You could just visit the website and read through what's been posted. There are some things that are behind credentials, which is just your general login, but otherwise a lot of it's just open to the general public. So the MISC Forum really plays an important role in connecting Michigan citizens, cooperative invasive species management areas, the state and federal agencies, and others around the state. It gives users an opportunity to share information, ask questions, find solutions to problems, and share success stories. In addition to the general discussion forums, other features of the forum include dedicated SISMA forums, support forums for MISN, an image gallery, a download section, a knowledge base, and an events calendar. The registration for the forum is really quick and simple. You can either sign up using your existing Facebook, Twitter, or Google account, or you could sign up by filling out the form, and really that's just your display name, email address, password, and then confirm the password. And of course, the security check to make sure you're not a robot. And there is a little agree to terms and services checkbox at the bottom that's required as well, but that's really all it takes to sign up for the forum. So creating a topic is probably the #1 way that people interact with it, other than visiting and reading what's been posted. You can create a topic several different ways, whether that's on the main homepage, within a specific forum, or through the create dropdown that will be in the top right corner once you log in. I've kind of highlighted where all the start new topic buttons are. And so when you click on a start new topic button from the homepage or the create dropdown, you'll be asked what forum you'd like to put your topic in. If you've already navigated your way into a specific forum, say the general discussion forum, it won't ask you to, create, or select a forum that you'd like to put your topic in. So once you've selected a forum for your topic, you could start creating your topic. You can include files, links, polls, and a lot more things, emojis, quotes, things like that. You could also preview your topic before submitting by clicking the icon that looks like a page with my magnifying glass, and I've kind of pointed to it with the red arrow. So moving on to the image gallery. The image gallery is where you can upload and share photographs. The gallery is divided into 4 main albums, which then contains additional albums for more detailed organization. So here we have the SISMAs, the Stewardship Network clusters, general invasive species, and events gallery albums. And for example, the SISMA album is broken down into each individual SISMA. So each SISMA has their own album that they could add photos whenever they want. The allowed file types, we pretty much allow all image types, GIF, JPEG, PNG, and JPE and WebP. And those are, the JPE extensions are similar to JPEGs, and the WebP has been developed by Google, but that's not, a widely used file type extension. So next, like the forum topics, images can be uploaded from the main gallery page within a specific category or album, or from the create dropdown list in the top right corner. If you add images from within a category, you won't be asked to choose a category. So you can see by the images, the bottom left is the screen where you're in the SYSMA album already. And then the right images are from the main gallery page. So that will ask you to choose a category or album name to place your images. When uploading an image, you have the option of uploading it directly to a category you selected without using an album, or you can add a photo to an existing album. And if you need additional albums created, or you see that middle create new album grayed out, feel free to contact me and I could create an album for you. So on the next screen, it's called the Add Images screen, and you'll see under Add Images that it's the location in which you're going to be uploading your images. So this one is uploading to category SYSMAs. You're just going to click on the gray plus sign icon to select the images you would like to upload. And then once you're finished, you just click on Submit All Images button in the bottom right-hand corner, and you're pretty much done. Next is the Download section. And the Download section is pretty much a repository for a wide variety of documents and files. This can include meeting minutes, meeting agendas, outreach material, print material. In the past, we've uploaded the MISC annual meeting presentations, so multiple presentations within one file download. The files are organized into categories, which you could see on the right. And to add a file, just click on the Submit File button or use the Create dropdown, and it'll go in the similar process of if you're on the main download section and hit Submit File, it'll ask you what category you'd like to place the file in. So adding a file to the downloads, this is the initial screen where you'll select which files you'd like to upload. Once you select the category to upload your files to, you'll select the files. If you select Choose Files, it'll bring up your Windows window to select the files from your computer, or you can just drag and drop the file into the space provided. Once you've selected your files, two more additional sections will appear on the screen. Section 2 allows you to add screenshots if you'd like. It's not required. And Section 3 is the file information. So a file name and a brief description of the file is required. And you could also add tags to make searching for the file easier. And I'll get to the search function in a minute here. And when you're finished, you can just click on Save and Submit Files at the bottom of the screen. So the knowledge base is another section of the forum. It's a collection of resources that include answers to frequently asked questions, how-to guides, and troubleshooting instructions. These resources are organized into categories as well, and that makes searching for help a little bit easier. And we'd like to think of it more as a self-service support or a more formalized FAQ section. And as more people interact with the forum, the more useful and in-depth this knowledge base will become. So lastly, I have the event calendar. It's not widely used at the moment, but we'd like to see more interaction with it. And there's 4 different calendars available: the community calendar, the maintenance calendar, SYSMA chat schedule, and the core team calendar. And the primary calendar that users will add events to is the community calendar. So if you have upcoming events you'd like to share, feel free to add it to the events calendar. And in order to create a new event, all you need to do is click on the green Create Event button or use the Create dropdown in the top right corner once you log in. So the search bar in the upper right corner of the website can be really helpful if you're looking for something in particular. You could search the entire community or within specific areas such as the files, events, knowledge base, which is also known as articles. and other options. You could search on words, phrases, the tags that I mentioned earlier for the file uploads, and other content. Alrighty, so shifting to MISC, just have two quick updates for that. I don't know if anybody's visited the distribution maps in the last couple of weeks, but you might have noticed that some things have changed. So we have two new sections of distribution maps. The first is the species observations, and this map allows you to select a specific species. It's laid out very similar to the reporting page and the species information fact sheets. And then once you click on those species, it'll bring up a distribution map that is specific to that species. And if you want to view different species while you're in the distribution map, there's that search bar up at the top that allows you to select based on animals, plants, diseases, or if you know the common name, scientific name, or family type, you could use those drop downs as well. And we also have the new species data viewer. So this is very similar to the browse data map that we had on the MISC site. It allows you to search by project, species, location, which is county and state, the observation date, or the date in which it was added to the database. And you do not have to fill out all of the options to search. Each section has their own search button. So if you wanted to search on a specific project, you just select the project from the dropdown and hit search. And all the data for that specific project will be displayed on the screen. And it will also have a table below that you can click on a row in the table and it will zoom right to that point. You could click on the individual point to view more information about that species or that observation. And if you'd like to clear the map and start over, there's a reset map button. We have an option on the left-hand side where you can change the base map, and you can also hide the table in the bottom right-hand corner. So if you'd just like to look at the distribution map without the table, that's another option. And that is all I have. Figured
Claire,
there might be some questions.
Yeah, we've got at least one question in the chat from Elise asking about Phragmites data, and is that available on the new maps, or do they still need to request that specifically?
That is available. It still takes a little bit of time just because there's a lot of data to process, but it does work, you know, with the new map viewer.
Okay, so be patient.
Yes, and we do have a little spinner that appears on the screen, so at least you visually can see that it's working and processing.
Yeah. Another question here, and I've heard this one numerous other places too, so it'd be good to hear the answer here. Can or does MISC talk with EdMaps? I noticed in a lot of EdMaps distribution maps shared at conferences and other presentations show Michigan as being pretty empty of reports, which is of course inaccurate.
Yes, so this has been a little bit of a complicated issue. We've had a lot of discussion. I think Phyllis can chime in because she's been involved with some of the Japanese stiltgrass discussions that we've had with the EdMaps folks. We have in the past submitted the data that we have in the MISC database, but they will only accept records that come from trusted, reliable sources. So many of the observations that come in through the general public are not included. And they also do not have verifiers in the state. So if they want to follow up on specific observations, there really isn't anybody to do that follow-up and verify those observations. And many of their records do require, I think most of their observations require photographs. And when you're bulk uploading data from our end, that is not an option. So they just take tabular data or spatial data.
Okay.
But we still have been in communication with them, and we hope at some point we can work something out to get that communication going and share that data.
Yeah, I think it's that this is Phyllis. They have very specific criteria for entering data that are not the same as ours, and that's the photo and the verification. So they will not accept data that is not verified. They would work with us, however, if we could identify verifiers in some way. And so we started to do that with Japanese stiltgrass when that came to be a problem. And I honestly don't know exactly why that fizzled out, but it's a matter of time and just making the commitment to do it. But the data sharing is a problem everywhere. And it's been solved many times, but everybody wants their own system. So I don't know what the long-term solution will be ultimately. What I do is I check different databases all the time and look at what's coming. And I will say that in making the MISC database, our goal was to get things on the map as quickly as we could. And I think it served that purpose very well. There are ways that, you know, maybe we can move it forward into a bigger arena from here, but we would not have the data that we have if we had not done it that way. So.
All right, 2 more quick questions for you, Claire, before we wrap things for the day.
Sure.
This one from Abby Bristol. Has the app been updated? She's been earlier this year was not able to find giant hogweed.
So the app, it's been a while since it's been updated. Sometimes there is an issue where for some reason the species wind up in different categories. The one thing I will tell you that will help is if you open up the app and go to the more, that's in the bottom right hand corner, it's the 3 dots. And under settings, there is a reload species catalog button. If you tap on that, it will pretty much re-download all the information that the app contains, and that should correct any issue you have with species not showing up, images not showing up, and things like that. But again, if you have problems with the app, please let me know and I could follow up with that.
Okay. And then is there a new bulk upload via email?
It's pretty much my email. We do have a report at misc.edu or report at misc.msu.edu that is pretty much the public facing email address, but considering everybody here knows me and knows how to contact me, if you do have bulk uploaded data, just feel free to send me the file directly.
All right, and then I think we'll end on this last one here. Is the missing occurrence data available in a GIS or ArcGIS online format?
Yes, and I could follow up with you, Erica, on that.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Claire. Thanks for doing that and taking it right to the last minute here. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. Lots of good questions there.